Hello, beautiful ones. Welcome to session 6 of Qigong for Autumn. And we've come a long way. And in this session, my intention is to give you bite-sized pieces, like the ingredients for you to formulate and bring these ingredients together for you to be able to mix and match and create your own flows and create your own energy. Because people ask, how do I breathe? And really the question then, the answer starts to be, how do you want to feel? Based on how you want to feel, that determines how you breathe and what actions you do. So within this session, we're going to string together a bunch of experiences that you've had, and then you can utilize them to make your own beautiful Qigong flows. So with that, let's bring our feet together and let's bow, a humble bow, bowing forward. And as we bow forward, we're just dropping in to the moment. We're setting aside our thinking mind. We're setting aside the need to do it right, to remember it, for it to be perfect in some sort of way. We're setting aside any expectations of how this practice needs to be. And once you feel like you've emptied your cup and you've humbly bowed and set that aside for now, then you're ready to rise up. And draw your hands to your heart as you rise up. And as you rise up, feel your feet on the floor and just gently soften your knees and lower your hands. Lift your head to the heavens. Bring your mind to your dantian. And now see how your feet are together. You are in this stance. You're one. Your feet are together. And now when you're ready, you're going to step out. Boom. Now you've just created the separation from one becoming two. Now that is yin and yang. So here you're in a stance that you're ready. And in the question of how do you want to feel? Let's just start with that. Let's just imagine that you want to feel energized. You want to wake up. You want to have energy. You're like feeling tired and slumped and blah. So how do you want to feel better? You want to activate. You want to catalyze an experience. You want to initiate something. Right? So let's just do that. I'm doing this session totally different than normal. So just play with me. So we're going to catalyze, we're going to initiate. So I want to feel that. So I'm going to catalyze and initiate. I'm going to feel my feet on the earth because there are 3 powerful energies. There's the earth energy. So I'm going to root down. And then there's the heaven energy, and it's going to pull me up. And then I have my own energy. So I'm going to become aware that I'm working with 3 powerful forces. And I'm going to catalyze and initiate with these 3 powerful forces. And you already know how to do this. So you're just going to put your intention in your body and connect with the earth and start to push off the earth. And it's going to rise, the earth energy is going to rise up through your body. And you're going to slowly at first, because imagine you're tired. You don't have the energy. So you got to start off slow. And as you do this, remember the top of your head is lifted. Your central channel stays in its center. You're just rotating around the center. And when you do that, you really don't have to do that much effort or that much work. It's these 3 powerful forces are doing the work for you. You're just becoming aware of them. So as you are now starting to gradually warm up your body, turn and look behind you. Further and further. And as you do this, your hands are knocking on your abdomen and on your back, on your kidneys, on the belt vessel. So you're activating and igniting awakening this powerful energy center at the center of your being, at the center of your body. Now, this is a breath course. So you are going to bring awareness to your breath as you bring your hands up and you knock your kidneys and you knock your lungs, and you're looking further and further behind you, and you bring your awareness to your breath. And so as you're inhaling and then exhaling, you can start to exhale out with a sigh. And really now, I don't know how you feel, but I'm already starting to feel warmed up. So a moment ago I was cold, and it's been 2 minutes. I'm already warm. I feel my body heating up. I feel my body becoming more awake. So let's start to lower our hands back to our waist, just wherever they fall. And so now we've ignited this movement. And now let's just let this movement work itself out. We've ignited it, we've catalyzed it, but we don't have to feed it anymore. It's got a life of its own, and it's going to find its own resolution. So just let this movement settle. Let this movement settle. And as it settles, let your breath settle. Right. So in 3 minutes, you can feel how you've just heated yourself up. That's one movement. I'm already gonna have to take off my little shirt here. So how else can you activate energy out of nowhere? You're just like, oh, I don't know, I need energy. I just need to activate. I'm working with 3 powerful forces. I've got the earth, I've got the heavens, I've got my body. And so I'm going to start to shake, rebounding. Keep your heels on the floor in this one. And all you have to do here, really, connect with the earth. Let the earth kind of hold you. You're starting to become like a bouncy ball. And the beauty of shaking is it gives you this ability to find your structure and then only use the muscles that are important for your structure, and then everything else just softens. Like we learned from the white crane who can stand for 5 hours. They just find their structure and they relax everything else. That's what you're doing too. So you're using these muscles to create this rebounding, but then you're like softening your glutes, softening your thighs, softening your belly, softening your breast, softening even your chin, your arms. And you could do a gentle twist if you wanted. You could start to really focalize, right? You could be like, oh, I've got a lot of tension and I want to relax, but I also want to be active. So I want to shake it off, right? And this is also kind of a clearing and activating. So you could be shaking your wrists and your elbows, your shoulders. And there again, this is a breath workshop. You could be breathing in and then breathing out through your mouth with a sound. Now let's let that shaking slow down. Let that shaking slow down until you find stillness. And just sense and feel this gorgeous feeling of being relaxed and energized at the same time. That was just another 2-minute practice and how you shifted that quickly. The next thing for energizing to shift your energy from nothing into something is pounding, knocking on your body. We're going to come back to our chest, so I'm going to move through this part fairly quickly, but we'll come back to it in our immune system right here. So just knocking on your body. Always my mantra when I pound on my chest, because this is your thymus gland, is I am strong. My body is strong. Every cell in my body is working perfectly. So say that to yourself. And so we're gonna do the whole pathway. We've done this before, but we're just gonna do it just so you have this, how you can change something in a short amount of time. So down the yin channel and up the yang channel. Down the yin channel, up the yang. One more time. Down and up. Across the shoulder, down the other side, up the yang channel, down, up, last one, back to your chest. Now feel it. Ooh. Awesome. Let's do our whole body. Start at the top of your head, knocking on the top of your head. Not from the front toward the back, in the midline. Now just go from the midline and work your way out. Messing up my gorgeous hairstyle that I planned for you with braids and everything. When you make it to the back, you can knock on with your fingers like this on your occiput, and you now bring it down your spine, working your way down, all the way down toward your kidneys, all the way down toward your Mingmen, door of life, down toward your sacrum, and your glutes, and really spend some time here, especially on your coccyx, the base of your tailbone. And now just work your way down the backs of your legs and the sides. I kind of do it where my hands open and I get both the back and the side of my leg at the same time. All the way down, and then up the inner thigh, across the pubic bone, across the belly, around the waist, back down the legs. After you've gone 3 times, bring your hands to your belly and knock on your dantian. So below your belly button, and go the path of the sun, the clockwise direction on your abdomen. And then end again below your belly. Just start to slow, below your belly button, start to slow down your movement. Slow it down until you are feeling complete and sense and feel. So I don't exactly know when we started, but that was about a 10-minute energizing practice. You got that? Cool. So the next thing we want to learn how to do is clear energy. We're like, all right, I've had enough. So this practice was an energizing and clearing energy, but sometimes you got a lot and you're like, oh no, I got to clear this out. So let's shift gears and let's see how long this takes. We're going to clear some energy with 2 primary movements. And since we're kind of already active, we're going to start with the most active one. So this is called clearing. So you're going to reach your hands up, inhale, And then they're simply just going to drop your hands as you turn your way. So it looks like this. And then you inhale. When I do this, a lot of times I see myself as like these are brooms, like I'm dusting or I'm sweeping. Sometimes I see this as like knives or swords mainly, that I'm clearing and cutting away something, and we're in metal. So I would be right here. This is a clearing. You're like weed whacking your garden. You are clearing away energy that does not serve you. So since we're in this clearing phase, let's connect with our breath. Yeah, and when you exhale, either use the lung sound or any sound you need. And really visualize that you are clearing this energy that's in your sphere, that's in your space, that you're the steward of. All right, clearing your space in front of you, behind you, beside you, above you and below you, and inside you is clear. Last one, start to slow it down. Start to slow it down. Start to slow it down. Now, when you're in an emotional situation, or, you just do that as long as it takes. But I could feel myself kind of shifting emotionally already. So, slowing this down, clearing and completing, tending to your auric field. Now, coming to stillness, sensing and feeling. Now, another beautiful way to clear and open up your body, and it's a softer way, it's a slower way. I mean, all of these you work with your own body, but this one I tend to naturally move slower than the clearing. I tend to move quick, and that one we just did. But this one is called spinal cord breathing, and we've done this in the beginning, and we'll do it again in a lot of other sessions. But just in case you need a little reminder, you're going to always let your breath be the guide. So when you come to this inhale and let your hands rise up, and they're open as they're rising. And then at the peak of your inhale, they come here. Let me get a little closer so you can see. And then my hands make a soft fist. It's not a tight fist, it's a soft fist. So then when I exhale and I let my hands curl, like my chin tucks, my pelvis tucks, my elbows come close together. That's my exhale. I breathe all the air out. And when I'm ready to inhale, I inhale and I open. I notice I look up and I make this soft fist. And then close, my hands open as I close, and then by the time I make it to the closed position, my hands are in a soft fist again. That part is a little bit important because we're clearing energy and we're containing our center. So let's just move at our own rate and rhythm. Open our spine and clear any stuck places in our spine. And now let's bring in some of this like Qigong magic that you've been working on to really make this a powerful clearing. So when you inhale white pearly light. And as you exhale with the lung sound. Okay, last one. White pearly light and purging with the sound. Opening with your inhale and letting your hands float down. Sense and feel. That's beautiful. You're clearing out energy that is no longer serving it, purging it from your space. It feels so good. And usually when you're in this state, like you're ready to do the next thing. Either you're going back to work or you're now in an available state. So what we're going to do is that took us about 5 minutes to clear out energy, 6 actually. So the next thing that's specific to this session, meaning autumn and winter, is boosting our immune system. So you want to like a short little, let's not get sick. Let's not get sick to the best of our ability, right? Okay, so you know this stuff, but I'm just gonna come a little closer. You got your fingers, you could do your fingers or your thumb, however it works, but right underneath your collarbone and a little bit down, that's your lung point. So you press it, you jiggle it, and then you circle it. Go to the next one. Press it, jiggle it, circle it. And if you want to, like here, because it's like that's a broad area, I sometimes just use all my fingers. So this part doesn't have to be, we're not acupuncturists. It's just as long as you get into that activation, stimulation, and then the circling pushes the energy through the line. So there's your lung 1 and 2. Let's find lung 3, right there. It's very tender on me every time. Lung 3, press, jiggle, circle. And you're sending, and when you're protecting yourself right now. So you're sending love to yourself. I love you. You are so healthy. Yeah. Positive thoughts down to your cubital crease right here, right where you draw blood. Press, jiggle, circle. Now let's just do the next one. It's right around here. Press, jiggle, circle. Working our way down to our wrist. This one, remember, this is the one to get you out of a deep hole when you feel like, oh my gosh, I'm sinking deep. Press, jiggle, circle. And then in the belly of your hand, this works best for me here. Press, jiggle, circle. Woo, send positive healing and love to those tender points. And then the last one for the sore throat is at the corner of the thumbnail. So I use my other thumbnail, and you can just crisscross it, crisscross. All right. Since we're being efficient Qigong master martial artist here, we're gonna just go to the other side. press, jiggle, circle. Woo, good stuff. And the next one, press, jiggle, circle. And just take a moment to massage that area. Send yourself some love and some power, some confidence, courage. You could be breathing in your white pearly light, that's for sure. White pearly light, when you breathe in the color, that tonifies, that strengthens. When you breathe out the sound, that purges, that releases. So if we're strengthening this line, you can breathe white pearly light. That's going to make it more vibrant. Okay, the next one, right here, press, jiggle, circle. And in your own time, you're going to linger on whatever point needs you to linger on. Like I would linger here, but we're going to keep going down to the cubital crease. Press, jiggle, circle. Right here. Here. Press, jiggle, circle. Ooh, yeah. Down to your wrist. Circle. And the thumb right here. Press, jiggle, circle. And corner of the thumbnail. Press, crisscross, squeeze. So there, you've got your points for boosting your immune system. And you know a specific special breath to boost your immune system. So let's do that. It always takes me a second to get into the mode of this breath. Now, if you want to, you could do reverse abdominal breathing where you're squeezing everything in, or normal abdominal breathing. Now, yeah, that's up to you. So I'm going to bring my hands here. I'm going to do reverse abdominal breathing. And remember, the goal here is to create pressure from the center of your body out. You're taking all that immune system and all that sunlight and all that fortitude from your center being, and so all this other stuff can't penetrate you. You're creating a field around you. All right, let's come into this force field activation mindset. Okay. So whenever you naturally inhale will be the time to begin. And here we go. So in, 1, 2, open. In, 1, 2, 3, open. In, 1, 2, 4, open. 3, 4, 5. In, 1, 2, open. 1, 2, 3. In, 1, 2, 3. Open. In, 1, 2, 3, 4. Open. In. Open. In. Open. In. Open. Beautiful. Now just breathe normally and feel and allow this energy to continue to radiate outward. Personally, I notice when I do reverse abdominal breathing, when I can feel that opening, when I say open rather than exhale, I can really feel the energy floating out more so with that breathing style. When you're in your own practice, that technically would be 1 round. I would encourage you to do at least 3 rounds. But with what we did, that was about 10 minutes to boost your immune system, a 10-minute immune booster. Ooh, that's fast. I feel like a superwoman right now. Okay, so now let's drop into the flow, because that's what we want to do. We want to live with more ease and grace, flow through life. But we can drop into the flow now because we've activated, because we've cleared, because we've fortified. Now the flow is the obvious next step. So let's drop into the flow. And when I say dropping into the flow, we want that, but now let's come to a place of we're shifting gears. Now let's come to a place where we're starting to feel like we could calm down. Now we've got all this energy. And now we want to calm it down. We want to do something with it. So let's calm it down. Let's bring one hand to our chest, one hand to our belly. We're going to do something with this. We're going to meditate. We're going to take all this energy and direct it towards something we want. We want to flow. So let's come back to our breath and calm it down. So we're going to practice wave breathing. So when your body's ready, when your breath is ready, you're going to breathe in, down into your belly. Let's just let our breath come into our bellies for a few cycles. And when you breathe in, really feel your lower abdomen expand outward. Feel your hand move away from your spine. And then as you exhale, feel your hand come back toward your spine. Feel your pelvic floor pull up. And then when you inhale, feel your diaphragm expand. And as you exhale, feel everything contract and get smaller. One more time. Inhaling deep down into your belly, pushing everything out like a balloon. And exhale. Expelling all the breath. Now we'll start wave breathing. So when you naturally inhale, breathing in. Now let this breath just fill your body. belly, up into your ribs, up into your chest. And let's explore that natural pause. And then when you exhale, your body exhales, feel the breath go down from your chest to your ribs to your belly. Again, at your own rate and rhythm. Belly, ribs, chest. And then chest, ribs, belly. Breathing like a wave. Being breathed. Really lingering in that pause place at the bottom of the breath. That invites a deeper, fuller inhale. And then lingering in that fullness. To allow for a complete exhale, a complete release, a complete letting go. Let's do one more breath cycle. And when you exhale, go from chest, ribs, belly. Let that top hand come down to your bottom hand and actually allow yourself now to come into a standing or a sitting posture. You're going to still breathe naturally. Once you've ignited the wave breath, you can typically stay in it, even if your hands are doing something different. So let's work with the three powerful forces again. The force of the earth. Feel yourself rooted, being held by the earth, supported. The force of the heavens. Feel yourself being lifted and buoyant and light and growing, transcending. And feel the powerful energy of you and your body. It's called Ren, the human energy, the place in between heaven and earth. Plants and animals also have Ren energy. So holding this with a roundness, there's a roundness in my arms, there's a roundness in my hips. There's a soft smile on my lips. My eyes are open and yet they're not focused on anything. Body's gently swaying. And now, when your body naturally is ready for the movement, when your body naturally starts to inhale, we'll do Buddha holds the earth, or two hands lift the heavens. So you're going to inhale. And your hands are going to float up. And just the mechanics here, since this is a lung movement, notice what your hands are floating up and they're pointing toward your chest. But as they go all the way up, the fullness of the movement, there's a gentle, soft coil. And at the peak of it, your palms are facing the ceiling. And then when you're ready to exhale, you're going to do that wave breath, chest, ribs, belly. And as your hands float down, there's this gentle coil where your hands face your chest. You're bringing heaven energy to your chest, and then you're letting your hands float down and they're facing up. So that's the mechanics. Let's drop into the flow. You'll find your own rhythm. And when you're finding the flow, accentuate the pause or be with the pause. Let the pause then dictate the movement. Your breath is the leader here. Your body is following. Your mind is focused on observing your breath. The intent in our practice right here is that calming, harmonizing, integrating, becoming whole, peaceful, connected. Feeling this expansive heaven, like wow, awe. And then feeling this rooted stability, being breathed, being aware, observing your breath, synchronizing your body with a gentle coil. Just a few more passes, nice and slow, feeling yourself integrate. It's like you're so calm and yet you're awake and clear. This is our last one. Once your hands float down, come back to this posture. And we're going to go ahead and put our thumb and our first finger together. We've done that before. This is called low standing tree posture. And we're doing the mudra. We're putting our thumb and our first fingers together because this lung meridian is in your thumb and your large intestine is in your first finger. So these are the organs that we're working with. And it brings another sense of circularity. There's circles in your fingers. There's circles of energy around you. There's circles within circles within circles, contained. And so you're rooted. And so this is shifting now to the next way to be, right? If you want to create the feeling of being centered and still and stable and grounded. So to be centered, put your mind in your center. Put your mind in your dantian, below your belly button. Go into your belly, about 2 or 3 inches down. Drop your mind there. If you're standing, imagine that there is this energy of the earth coming up through your legs and up to like your tailbone, and it's just giving you energy as if you could sit on a stool. Like you don't even have to hold yourself up. There's a energetic earth energy stool just right at your tailbone, holding you up. And the heaven energy is all in your arms, making your arms buoyant and soft. And there's this energy, this chi that you created when you were doing Buddha holds the earth, right? And so that chi's holding you. Top of your head is lifted. Your tongue is on the roof of your mouth. Bring your mind back to your center. Nice, soft belly breaths. Deep abdominal breathing. Bringing yourself back to yourself. Back home. Calling all of you here to your center. Knowing it's safe and you belong here, and when you are here, you thrive. When you're in your center, you are in the present moment. If you notice, it just takes a few breaths to bring yourself here. And so I invite you now to take a nice deep breath. We're going to reach up. This is called pulling down the heavens. And as you reach up, this is a closing and completing movement. So anytime you feel like you are done with one thing and you're ready to start another, or you want to integrate it into your body, letting gravity do all the work as your shoulders float down, your elbows, and then your hands and your wrists. You are smoothing this energy out from the top of your head to the soles of your feet, from the heaven to the earth. Let's just do that one more time. And really feel like that the energy is doing this. The wisdom of the energy is doing this, and you are simply smoothing it out, integrating it, and you're mentally completing. And what we're doing here in this last movement is we're directing the energy down into your energy pathways. And, it's almost like it came to me like this, energy. We generate a lot of this energy, but some of it we don't actually need in this moment. We can actually give it back to the earth. So all the energy that we need comes down into our meridians and comes down into our dantian. And the rest of it that we don't need, it pours down into the earth, right? It's almost like you bought a treat at the store, a fruit bar, and you ate the fruit bar. You needed the fruit bar, but that wrapping package, you didn't actually need that wrapping package, so you're going to give that back. Or you peeled the orange peel, you're going to give the peeling back to the earth. So now bringing your feet together and your hands together over your lower dantian, sealing it in. And in Qigong, we like to really make these circles. And this is like really sealing the deal. It's like really collecting all that energy with the palms of your hands, with your mind, with your intent, and you're putting it into your bio battery. I tend to do reverse abdominal breathing right here, and I just like suck it all in, draw it all in. And then when I open and soften, right, there's this energy that gets released. And if I wanted to assist in that, I would just spread my hands across my waist and I would draw that extra energy that needs to be released to the side of my body. And then from there, it can just flow down to the earth. So that was a complete practice with many different parts. So let's bow out. Right hand makes a fist. Yang. Left hand covers it. It makes a yin-yang symbol. Just make sure you can see that. You see how that makes a yin-yang symbol? Boom. You have everything. You have learned everything in this one session to have a lifetime of a Qigong practice. Truly you have. And there's so much more. But receiving that into your heart, knowing that you're equipped, you're skilled, you have everything you need to live the fullest, healthiest, most vibrant life. You're transforming some of these inhibitions and weaknesses into inspiration and courage. Taking a nice deep breath, bowing to each other, bowing to yourself, being really proud of yourself, bowing to the practice, bowing to our teachers, teachers, and the teacher within. And when you're ready, taking a nice deep breath in, drawing all that goodness and humbleness and gratitude into your body, and then stepping out, knowing you've got the tools to feel the way you want to feel. And it takes about 10 minutes for each one of those things. So, thank you so much.